Well, hello there. My name's Kev F. You probably know me from, well, a long time ago when I used to work for Marvel. You remember I used to work for Doctor Strange and 2099 Apocalypse and... What do you mean you've never heard of 2099 Apocalypse? Well, I worked on lots of things for Marvel, and then of course I've worked for the Beano, or lots of people will know my work in the Beano, doing... You can still find me in lots of the annuals. They are available in charity shops, and I've, of course, well known for my comic art masterclasses where I'll teach kids to do this sort of nonsense. You'll have seen me all over the country, all over the world, probably doing my famous comic art masterclasses, but I'm hoping some of you remember me from joining in on my Kickstarter campaigns, because I produced, just a couple of years ago, my very first graphic novel, which was Finlay Macbeth, adapting Shakespeare and putting a little twist on it. And then, this was so successful, I did my second graphic novel, which was Hamlet, the Prince of Denmark Street, which put a little twist on Shakespeare and was so successful, I did my third graphic novel again with a Kickstarter, and there it is, The Midsummer Night's Dream Team. Obviously, Shakespeare's usually stabbing and blood and death, but in my version of Macbeth, I turned him into a salesman in 1970s Scotland who gets passed over for promotion. And then his wife gets all antsy, and then it's still stabbing and blood and death. There's lots of stabbing and blood and death. And then, of course, Prince of Denmark Street, Hamlet's usually stabbing and blood and death and kings and castles. In my version, I turned him into a punk rocker. So he's on Denmark Street in 1977 at the height of punk, and then his dad gets killed and his uncle takes over the record companies, and then there's stabbing and blood and death. There's lots of stabbing, lots of blood, lots of death. And then Midsummer Night's Dream Team, I took Shakespeare's comedy and turned it into a heist movie. Do you want to see the stabbing and the blood and the death? There isn't any, but there is Titania and Oberon and the Star-Crossed Lovers and the band Pyramus and Thisbe, featuring the man with the donkey's head, Bottom, who's an ass. That's why you do Shakespeare at school, so you can say Bottom and ass and they can't tell you off because it's Shakespeare. As well as doing those Shakespearean adaptations, I of course have recently done Tales from the Bible. I didn't do that as a Kickstarter campaign, so we needn't look at that now, but it is available for sale in all good places. But let's return to Shakespeare, because I've been teasing you for a while. What is my fourth Shakespearean graphic novel going to be? I'm really grateful to the people who've supported me on Kickstarter when I've done my 3 original graphic novels, and I've told you about a few things that the next book might be. I've told some people about 12th Thing, which is 12th Night, but it's a monster movie. That's going to happen, but it's not the one that's happening next. I've also told some people about The Merchants of Leicester, which is The Merchant of Venice, but it's set in Leicester in 1977 again, and Shylock is now Indian. But that's not the one I'm doing next. The very next Shakespearean graphic novel, my 4th Shakespearean graphic novel, the Shakespearean graphic novel that I would love your help with producing via my Kickstarter, is a title I'm going to tell you soon, but I'm not telling you immediately. I'm going to keep you on tenterhooks for a while. I'd like you to guess. Go on, have a guess. What Shakespearean play am I doing in my 4th adaptation? It's going to be longer than the others, and you can join in. You can join in with the Kickstarter. Right now, you can register your interest in my Kickstarter, and you can join in with the conversation, guessing what the play is going to be that I'm going to do next. And then in a very short while, I will be asking you to get involved. You might just want to buy a copy of the book, or copies of all of my books. You can get the whole lot, or you can get artwork from the new book or artwork from the old books. You can get mentioned in the book. You can get included in the new book. Oh, but what is the new book? It's so exciting. I'm really excited because this one is fun. They're all fun, but this has been particularly good fun. I'm not going to show you it yet, but I do have pages of it here, and I'll give you a tiny glimpse of the front cover. There you go. That's all you're going to see. So, my name's Kev F. Sutherland. Hello. I would love your help in helping me produce my 4th Shakespearean graphic novel. What is the successor to Finlay Macbeth, Hamlet, Prince of Denmark Street, and the Midsummer Night's Dream Team going to be? You will find out very, very soon.